Preventing gun violence in schools absolutely begins at home with parents. We know that owning a gun is linked to higher rates of homicide, suicide, and accidental deaths. We've all read the tragic stories of children as young as toddlers getting a hold of their parents' guns and harming themselves, their siblings, and their parents. And we know that older kids bring their parents' guns to schools and hurt other members of their community. It's time for these tragedies to stop. We've all had enough. Parents that choose to own a gun at home, it is their responsibility to lock it up and throw the key where no one can find it. We applaud LAUSD for this resolution to inform parents about their responsibilities to store guns safely. One thing we ask is that the information that is distributed to parents not be connected with all the other informations that are sent in the beginning of the years, with all the signatures that are asked to be signed, and all the other pamphlets that go out. We want this to matter, and we want this to count.
I was not out at any point in my K through 12 or higher education career, so it's just incredible to see them and see them own their power and sit here before you and share their stories. I really want to touch on, like we talked about, resources. The Los Angeles LGBT Center, GLSEN, Latino Equality Alliance, these organizations that, when I think about my story and my life, I don't know where I would be without the LA LGBT Center. I didn't find safe spaces in schools or halls of government. I found them in our nonprofit organizations that created youth spaces, like Project 10. So yes, like revitalize Project 10, bring it back, give Latino Equality Alliance more power, prioritize the voices of our youth and our families who so often feel like they don't have a voice, that they don't have access to this building, to you. When I talk to people about my experience and my journey, Cece's moving out of TK now, going to kindergarten in just a few months. I have to have that conversation with the teachers and educators and staff when I first arrived to do a tour and go, Cece has called me mama from day one. I won't always look a certain way, I don't always sound a certain way, but that's just what she calls me.